Welcome to you, my name's Dale and this is Dale's Addiction. Today I'm bringing you all of the bags that I purchased in 2022. The ones that are still here and the ones that aren't and maybe soon to go. So strap in, it's been a fabulous year. My year kicked off on the 1st of January to be precise, lining up outside of Louis Vuitton for their new collection drop. I was actually in the market for a little green Alma BB, but something else stole my attention, and that was the Speedy 25 in the beautiful blue denim jacquard. Now, I picked up with that Speedy 25. Yep, spoiler alert, I don't have it anymore, but Heidi has it. Hi, Heidi. Here's a picture of me wearing it. I also picked up the Micro Speedy in the same fabric, and you can see here, it's just me. It's beautifully faded. It has a bit of done but undone style. Look, I really love the Speedy, as in the design of the bag, but wearing it I did not enjoy. It's just not a silhouette that really works for me. I've kept this one because I adore the fabric and I think this is really cute, but it's not, I guess, as cumbersome as the regular size Speedy. So I hope that Heidi is still enjoying it. But the bag I purchased first is also the bag that I sold probably only a few months later. The next piece that I purchased was also in January, and after the Alma BB in the green didn't work out for me, I spotted something beautiful at Gucci. And it was just a matter of waiting for this to come into store in Brisbane to go and see, and it was pretty much love at first sight. My Gucci mini bamboo handle in the green. I'm so glad that I picked this over the Alma BB. This piece has all of the vintage trademarks of the original bamboo handle, but in this gorgeous mini size and this stunning green color. This bag, it's actually quite expensive now. It was expensive at the time, but it's gone up like $1,500. It came with 2 straps, which I absolutely loved. It just really suits my style. So it comes with this more sporty Ophidia strap in the navy, blue and red. And this is a crossbody or shoulder strap. And it also comes in a tonal green leather strap, which is a little bit more dressy. The beauty of this bag is that it can fit an iPhone 13 Pro, not a max size but a Pro, and that is a tiny little bag. So the fact that it has function as well, absolute winner, not going anywhere. Now, if you know my channel, you'll know the year really started to heat up in February. And so did Meredith from Living Luxe with Meredith, because in February, I was taken aback by Dior. I had just sold my My Lady Dior, and I went into Dior to look for D-Way slides. And I stumbled across this beauty, and it was love at first sight. This bag, honestly, it was on reserve for somebody else. And I was like, oh, if they don't want it, please let me know. And my sales associate was so good that she just ordered me one anyway. And then they just took off. They went nuts on the YouTubes. And this is the perfect Lady Dior for me. Mine is in the traditional navy kind of color. It has the gorgeous oblique pouch. The thing that I really love about this medium size is the pouch. You can just pop your hand in. It's easy to get into. It also has a detachable Dior guitar strap that is adjustable. A lot of Dior bags don't have great adjustments on their straps. So this one is fabulous, and I just like having it hanging off the bag as a bit of decor. They are handmade. They're from the Riviera collection, and yeah, fabulous. Along came March, and in March I started the month with this beautiful L'Afshar Perspex clutch case. And truth be told, I've worn this bag one whole time, and yes, it got so many compliments, but this is why I don't buy contemporary bags. As much as this is a really special and unique piece, I'm just not drawn to it. The logo hoe in me just loves my designer and luxury handbags so much that if I have a choice for an evening bag, there are plenty of other pieces that I would pick from my collection beside this one. I'm not going to sell it because I don't think it's worth selling. I really love it. I'm going to use it as decor, and I'm going to put it down to another lesson that I just shouldn't buy contemporary pieces, because as beautiful as they are sometimes, I'm still not drawn to them. So in March, I got bitten by Fendi, and I famously said in my wish list at the very beginning of the year that I'm not buying any Fendi, that I'm uninspired by Fendi. Well, that all kicked off when I got my made-to-order appointment through my wonderful friend Nadia. And just before then, I happened to be chatting with Rod from the Lux Theory. In fact, Rod was chasing a Dior guitar strap, and Connor said, "Hey, do you still have your Dior guitar strap?" I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "Rod from the Lux Theory is sourcing one." So I contacted Rod. I said, "I've heard so much about you. You have such a great reputation in the community, blah, blah, blah." And I said, "I know that you've sourced that fabulous multicolour baguette for a bunch of people." He's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm so glad it's sold out because, you know, it's going to save me some money." And he's like, "I actually have one." And so I bought it. So this is the Fendi multicolour baguette. It was quite a hyped piece at the time, and still is to some extent. This one is made in canvas and it has embroidery. I received this one at the back end of March after I got back from my Fendi made-to-order appointment. And a funny story about how small our community is, one of my now very good friends, Sapna, actually had this bag ordered for her, and she found it elsewhere, and that's how I ended up with the bag, because Rod offered it to me instead. So what do you know? So given that my made-to-order hasn't arrived just yet, although rumours are that it's going to be arriving this month in Australia, ready for me to pick up, I'm not going to include my made-to-order in this video. I will include a link to my made-to-order journey up here, so if you're interested to see what I designed and how I went about the process, you can watch that video. Now, one of the made-to-order pieces that I was really interested in pursuing was a pink mink baguette, but I decided against that, spoiler alert. And I spoke to my Sydney sales associate Lily, who since left, and said, "These are the designs I came up with, this is the one that I chose, but if you happen to get a beautiful blush pink baguette or bag in, please let me know, because I'm just dying for that colour." The next minute she sent me a text with this. This is the Mink Fendi First, and it is just beautiful. It's the most beautiful blush pink bag you ever did see. This kind of looks like a little rabbit, and it's the Fendi First is just such a unique bag anyway, but the mink ones are the only ones I believe that are lined in the beautiful leather lining and not the Zucca print. This is an absolute treasure in my collection, so unexpected, and it just goes to show what happens when you form a great relationship with a sales associate, that they will think of you when pieces come in that you guys have talked about. So after my Fendi made to order, which was a 24-hour trip, I went back to Melbourne later in April to catch up with a good friend of mine, and I did a meetup, my first meetup in Melbourne, with a bunch of ladies, Heidi, who bought my Speedy, Tanya, Nadia, and Bessie, who was my former sales associate in Brisbane Fendi. And on the way to that meetup, I dropped past Foray Lepage because Connor had spoken so highly of them, and I happened to pick up the Caliber 21 in this beautiful black leather with the grey scale canvas. It is a really cool bag. The minute I saw this, I thought, that's going to be an evening bag for me. It's just so edgy, and it has the Sir Arthur tassel, I'm going to say. It has a chain here, it has a slip pocket in the back. It really only fits your essentials because it is such a compact little bag, but such a cool piece, and my only piece of Foray Lepage so far. Not going anywhere, love it. Now, I've gotten the order a little mixed up on these two, but that's okay. That's probably going to happen more than once in this video. Just after, actually at the same time I unboxed the mink, I contacted Rod again and said, "Rod, listen, I wasn't all that keen on this bag initially, but now I am. Is there any chance that you know anyone or you have any coming through?" And he said, "I have one." I'm like, what are the chances? He's a magic man. If you're actually after anything, contact Rod at the Lux Theory. He's amazing. He can find anything. It'll just take him a little bit of time. But the bag we're talking about is my Chanel 22S heart bag. This is the actual handbag size in the black, and a lot of people threw a lot of shade at this bag, and I happen to think it is fantastic. In fact, I sold my mini rectangular in the black lamb because I prefer this. That's right. It's whimsical, it's fun, it's exactly the same materials as the little mini rectangular, but it just feels like more me. And yes, I paid a small premium for this one in order to secure it. I still think it's a little bit of a laugh that Chanel VIPs were offered this bag, bought it, sold it for a profit, and then bought what they actually wanted. I mean, how many benefits can you get from being a VIP? But anyway, I'm not feeling dirty about that at all, am I? I love this bag, and to unbox this and the mink in the same video was just, I was so spoiled. Now, it's absolutely no secret that Fendi and I had a bit of a love affair this year, and the first piece that I picked up from Fendi's Spring Summer Drop was this small basket bag in the black. It is black plastic, yes it is, and it has a big Fendi medallion on the front of it. There's not much to it. Yes, it could look like one of those bags that you had when you're a little girl, but it's Fendi, and I loved the whimsy, playful nature of this bag. I also have to thank Alicia, who I have met on Instagram and now in person, who's a fabulous fashionista, who suggested to me that I could add my strap to this piece and it would be even more wearable, and she is so right. In fact, I was rocking around Sydney with this bag on crossbody the other week and I love it. It is a fabulous piece. It was very affordable. It's not for everyone. I know some people it just didn't work for, but for me and for that price, I'm just like, it was worth the risk, and I'm so glad that I took it. This next piece I had to have. After the Dior bag, I had caught the wicker raffia natural material grasses straws bug, and I saw this Fendi first in the straw raffia style, and I just had to have it. There were only 2 that came to the Sydney store, and I was lucky enough to secure one of them. The texture in this is amazing, and how it is joined to the clasp at the top is it's just a stunning work of art. It's actually quite squishy and soft. I'll just put it down here near the microphone. It's a really lovely bag to wear, and I have actually been enjoying wearing this bag now that it's gotten warm, because this is our first summer really since I bought it. Inside it has the Zucca print lining, but yeah, this is a firm favourite of mine, not going anywhere. But it didn't stop there. Now, even though this is out of order, this piece was from the same collection, the Spring Summer Drop, and it's the Sunshine Shopper Tote, and I was posting on Instagram like a mad woman every time I saw a picture of this. There are lots of press pictures taken in Mykonos, and I just kept seeing it with a beach towel hanging out of it and looking all floppy, and I'm like, oh, I want that bag, but I can't. I've spent too much money. I can't buy it. Well, only a couple of months ago I picked it up on Net-a-Porter for $1,000 less than retail price here in the Australian boutiques, and I couldn't have been happier. In fact, an update on this bag, I've actually sold the strap that it came with, because one of my subscribers, how you doing, reached out and has a bag that the strap would go perfectly with, but couldn't find an aftermarket strap to put with the bag. So she contacted me knowing that I'd mentioned that I wasn't going to use that strap, because I use this strap U with this bag. So we've got 2 happy customers there, and I think that between the 2 of us, we now have bags that we're really happy with. The next piece has a special place in my heart and always will, and that's because my subscribers banded together and sourced for me this fabulous peekaboo. It's my colour, it's the style that I love, and I can't thank you all enough for your help, especially Sarah in the UK. It's the small ICU peekaboo in the Violetta with the tortoiseshell Perspex hardware. I love how this bag smiles. This is what I want from a peekaboo. A playful, fun colour, a smiley little face, and statement hardware. It really is a dream bag for me. I didn't think that I would like this small size compared to the mini, but I really do. It has 4 feet, it has an adjustable shoulder strap. I really just love to carry it handheld. I actually have been enjoying wearing it with my python or water snake strap that came with a recent acquisition that'll come a bit later, because it's just, oh, I love it so much. And these 2 are the colours of Fendi Cruise together, this lime and purple, and I feel like there's so many things about this year's Fendi collections that have really been right up my street. After that bag arrived, I had to say to myself, no more, no more. Thank God you don't like anything much from the autumn winter collection. I had bought the Fendi Zucca print midi baguette from 24S, and I'll insert a picture of me unboxing it here. I'd bought that and returned it. That bag, I wanted a Zucca baguette. I wasn't sure I wanted the regular size, and I thought the midi would be perfect. It was limited in its distribution, and so I really couldn't go and see it here locally, so I bought it online. It didn't work out for me. It's just too short on my torso, and it wasn't really a complimentary vibe. So after I sent that back, I just scrolled my Instagram feed, and crazily enough, a consignment store called LuxLink had this little Zucca mini baguette for sale for $1,000 under recommended retail in perfect condition. And so I snapped it up so quickly, and actually find their communication is really bad. So it was lucky that they got back to me so quickly, because it probably would have gone. And this is my only Zucca bag, and I am so pleased that I snapped it up that way. Really unexpected. Could have gotten it from the boutique at any time, but the fact I got it brand new for pre-loved price, $1,000 less, I was stoked. And then I said, no more having a break. That break was short-lived, and even though this is not in the order that I purchased it, this bag came out in the full winter. I was just late to the party because I didn't see it until some time later. And the bag that I'm talking about is this beautiful mint green leather baguette in the regular size. I'll take that one off and save that for later. And I didn't pick this up until early October, but when I saw it in person in the boutique about a month after it dropped, I was hooked. Now again, this one comes with a good news story that I picked it up for $1,400 cheaper than the Australian boutique recommended retail price shopping through Satire. Now Satire is a no frills luxury experience, but if I can save $1,400 on a bag that I'm going to buy anyway, why not? I don't shop sales just to save money, but thank you to the Fendi enablers for helping me find yet another deal. So inside it just has a fabric lining. I have an organizer inside of it. It also has a longer strap that you can wear on the shoulder. But again, this bag is a perfect neutral for me. I don't know why, it just goes with everything in my wardrobe. Now, September came along and Fendi Brisbane invited me to host a meet and greet in the boutique, an exclusive shopping event. And to say that I was gobsmacked is an understatement. Never in my wildest dreams would I think that little old me from Brisbane town would be invited to collaborate with a luxury brand that's been around for almost 100 years. My favourite luxury brand. And the event was an absolute hit. And at the event, my dear friend Meredith, also a luxury YouTuber, had sourced for me through her overseas contact this little Pico baguette that we were both looking at from full winter, but didn't come to Australia in any quantities. And it's got a little fluff on it, a little green fluff from my Grinch gloves, I believe. So this is a tiny little piece. If you look at it in comparison to my face, I could wear it as an earring. It's got the champagne gold hardware. The Pico baguettes really are going to be quite the collectible, and I am still waiting for the pieces that were on the runway in September for Fendi Cruise and the re-edition of and the anniversary of the Fendi baguette to come out, because there's so many cute ones. Now, I did not buy this bag, but I will mention it, and it is the beautiful Raspberry or Lampone Nano Fendi First, and I received this as a beautiful gift from Fendi after my event at the end of September. And to say that I was surprised, shocked, overwhelmed, bewildered is an understatement. There were so many times that I was on the verge of tears over that couple of days of the event. You know, I've lost count, but it is a beautiful little piece. I've worn it once. It pretty much fits a car fob in it. It's definitely more of a charm than it is a bag. It does come with a little chain strap, but I'm so grateful to have this sweet little reminder of my event with Fendi. So October, yes, I bought the mint green baguette, but otherwise a fairly quiet month. Except a lot of noise, wondering what's going to come in the November drop for Fendi Cruise. November 3 was the launch date for Fendi Cruise and the re-edition baguette celebrating 25 years of the baguette. And that's when I was chatting with the enablers like multiple times a day, all of what we'd heard, what dates we knew about, what bags were coming. I had information coming from overseas everywhere. It was a month of craziness, well, pretty much 2 months of craziness from the 10th of September runway show. And after a visit to Sydney, I was originally locked onto the turquoise sequin baguette, but something about it was just making me feel uncomfortable. And so I went back to Fendi and I looked closer at the thumbnails and I asked a question to see more information about this bag. This is one of the 25 re-edition baguettes. It's the mirror embroidery baguette. It just spoke to me in so many ways. It's like sequins on steroids. It has beautiful colours that fit right in my palette. It's got the lilacs, the baby pinks, the lemon yellows and the tealy colours. It is just beautiful with this water snake detail and this kind of beige enamel inlay in the buckle. A lot of people are not a fan of that part of the baguette. I actually really like it because I think it needed something ugly. It is just such a pretty bag that without those ugly edgy touches, I think it would have been just too Chanel. Ha, I said it. So this was the only piece that I bought from the Fendi baguette re-editions, and I'm super happy that I went back and checked a little closely because this one was very hard to get here in Australia. The inside of this bag just has gorgeous finishes in the silk satin and the suede. Oh, it's just divine. And what I really love about it is that the strap that comes with it for the shoulder I can use on my other bag. So the shoulder strap here looks fantastic with my purple peekaboo. Now Fendi Cruise, same drop as the 25th anniversary baguettes, but totally different pieces. And it has been a crazy time because the sequin game went crazy. But before we talk about what I picked up, I got this fantastic birthday gift from my fabulous subscriber and friend Chan. She's over in Switzerland. She gave me a lot of intel about what was coming in Cruise and the 25th anniversary baguettes. And when she sent me this for my birthday, I nearly died. It's the same size as the little pink Pico from the same season. It came all the way from France to Switzerland and then off to Australia. It was sent with love. It's such a generous gift. Thank you so much, Chan. Speaking of generous gifts, this little piece I definitely knew that I wanted. I ordered it just whilst I was waiting to start my live show with Kat, Elle and Amy. But then I received news from my friend Meredith that I'd made a bit of a mistake, that I wasn't to buy that piece because she had already bought it for me as a birthday present and had been stressing and colluding with Connor about when I might ruin her surprise, which I did. And the bag I'm talking about is my sequin nano in the beautiful purple from Fendi Cruise. This is a lilac and this is the original Purple Rain. They're very different colours, and if I had all the money in the world, I would definitely have bought this bag in the mini and the regular size, but I just couldn't do that. In fact, I'm still chasing the mini in the green sequin. But that's a whole nother story. And as you will be aware from my Vlogmas videos, unfortunately I had issues with my nano. I lost sequins. This is the replacement. It's looking very perfect at the moment. I hope it stays that way. I've still got the sticker on, so shall I take that off with you guys? So here we go. Let's unveil her together. Ah! Oh, now these have like an embroidered inside. It's still got the tag on as well. When you open it up, it is this gorgeous Tiffany blue inside, and it has a little chain strap that you can wear crossbody on the shoulder, or this little piece here where you can wear it as a bag charm. I'm so glad to have something from this collection. I cannot believe that this was my birthday present from Meredith. Of course, it's not going anywhere. I just love it. The problem with this collection was not what should I get, but how do I actually afford everything that I want? The next piece that I picked up was also from the Sydney boutique, and it is the Fendi Peekaboo. Of course it's Fendi. The Fendi Nano Peekaboo, again in this gorgeous purple colour. It's slightly different to my larger Peekaboo, but these nanos are actually a really cute size. They come with a fully adjustable crossbody and shoulder strap that is detachable, which is fabulous for these mini bags because sometimes they're a vibe all in themselves. This one has a turn lock. It is just lined in the leather, and this little thing here, this little latch here under here, you can open up and then you can attach this bag to other bags as like a charm if you want to. I don't see how it would work practically speaking, but it would look good for a photo or something like that. The next piece I did pick up from Chadstone because I had to have something. I didn't want to buy regular size sequin baguettes because I already have one. And I have another one on the way, which won't make it for this video, but I'll tell you about it. And I ordered that one back in June, if you recall my video back then. But I'll get to that. So I'm like, I just want minis. And I knew both the purple and the green were coming in minis, but Australia didn't get them. I'm still waiting to hear about this one in the mini because this green is absolutely stunning. It's so beautiful. And even better with the green, inside it has the lilac, which is just an absolute dream. So this piece I picked up from my Chadstone SA Sandy. Thank you so much. This was one of those collections that just kept tempting me every time I'd see new things. Now the next piece I picked up, well, two pieces actually, were from the Brisbane store. And the reason that I show you this in my bag collection is because this changes so many of my bags. It is the purple strap for the baguette, so I can wear this with my mirror baguette. I can wear this with my purple sequin baguette. I can wear this with that little nano peekaboo that I just showed you. It is so versatile, and it really changes up my bags, so I wanted to share that as part of this collection. But the next bag that I purchased was from Fendi Brisbane as well, also part of Fendi Cruise 23. I guess it was spurred on by the impending price increases on the peekaboo, which I was lucky enough to get a heads up on and shared with you guys. And there was a piece that I'd been thinking about for quite a while, and I just needed the right colour. I found the right colour, but it wasn't the right time. But I needed to move on it, otherwise it was going to cost me an extra $1,000. And I'm talking about my petite peekaboo in the acid green. What a bag this is. I had to go in and see it in person. It wasn't a bag that I was sure that I could purchase whilst I was, remotely or online. I needed to go and touch it and feel it and try it and think about it in my wardrobe. And I'm so glad that I did. This is just a beautiful piece in my peekaboo collection, and I saved $1,000. Thank you to BB in Brisbane for helping me with this one. So given that we're still talking about Fendi, some of you may have forgotten, and sometimes I forget, to be honest, but one piece that I have coming from Fendi that I pre-ordered back in June through Fendi in the UK, Hi Pay You, is the Fuchsia Rain Baguette. The fuchsia pink sequin baguette that was featured in the follow-up, I suppose, to Sex and the City called And Just Like That. When Sarah Jessica Parker started rocking that bag, we all went wild. It was a limited piece in the US for quite some time, and then pre-orders opened in the UK, and well, I was in the right place at the right time, talking to the right person, and I jumped on it. So that bag is due here this month. It's probably not going to make this video, but that is why I did not buy any other regular size sequin baguettes from Fendi Cruise. And the last piece that I have purchased for 2022, and I feel like it will be the last piece that I purchase in 2022, is my Louis Vuitton side trunk or drunk trunk, as she's affectionately called because she's all wonky. This was from the Louis Vuitton runway. I cannot remember what season. It is in the beautiful canvas with vachetta. It's been made like a trunk on the edges. It's very hard and it has all of the fabulous hardware and embossing, and then it has the S-lock like a trunk does, but this piece simply just slides down and locks onto the body of the bag like so. It comes with a top handle which is nice and thick, and it's going to soften up with time, and also a great long adjustable crossbody strap. I picked this one up when I was in Sydney recently for my friend Meredith's hens, and I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help myself. It was the end of my handbag fund. That's why I say it's the last bag that I'll be buying this year. I can't even think of what else I want, to be honest. There's a few pieces that have really struck me, but in prioritising where I spend my funds, I've not been able to purchase them. The Fendi Mohair Baguette is definitely one of those. So overall this year, it's been a really, really successful year for what I've bought this year. I have bought pieces that I never in my wildest dreams would imagine owning. I feel like I'm getting really good at picking pieces that suit my style and not going with the hype. I learned those lessons, and I will follow this video up with the bags I've sold and why, which is not necessarily pieces I've bought this year. So you get a bit of an understanding of where my head's at and where my style journey is going. So this has been a mega video. I am so glad that you've made it to this point. If you have, can you do me a favor and leave a green heart in the comment section? Tell me, what are some of your favorite pieces that I've picked up this year? What do you think I should be looking out for in 2023? If you haven't already, please hit the thumbs up, give this video a like, subscribe. I put out a lot of content. I'm doing Grinchmas at the moment. If you're interested in Vlogmas videos with a bit of luxury content, check out my Grinchmas as well. So I hope to see you in my next one, usually a Wednesday or Sunday in my regular schedule. Until then, ciao.